Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are back at it again with another mukbang. I am very excited. As you guys may have seen, my last cheat day was completely savory. Accidentally, like I don't know what got into me. That is not like me to just go all savory. So today I thought I would get back to my sweet roots with some dessert. So I stopped at my favorite place that has a hair on it, cool. I stopped at my favorite little bakery that has the best cheesecakes ever, and I picked up a few things. We got cheesecake, mousse, and this sandwich cookie, which is my favorite thing of all time. And then we have some leftover dinner, which is some lasagna, but I really wanted some more lasagna. So that is the food. I'll go over it in more detail as I go. And for the actual story, I am listening to you guys. I hear you. We are talking about boys. Today I'm gonna tell you about a guy I dated and had to dump. So I am gonna dig into something right now. First bite of the day is gonna be this cake. This is a lemon cheesecake. I don't know if I said these are from Sweet Paradise. I don't know if I actually said the name, but this is a lemon cheesecake. And I like lemon stuff, but I just never go for it. But so today I just kind of wanted to step out of my normal comfort zone of, I don't actually know what my normal comfort zone is, cookie dough and birthday cake. But yeah, I just want to try this and see how it is. Bon appetit. Whoa. Baby, that is good. Oh my, wow. I'm a changed woman right here. That was amazing. Look at, totally a layer of lemon on the bottom. Can you see those layers? I'm so blown away with this cheesecake. Holy shit. I wasn't expecting that to be like super good, but that is super good. Okay, so let's get into the story. So this is about a guy I dated exactly a year ago. So last year I basically dedicated the whole year to finding my lifelong partner. Before last year I was single for about 7 years. So I finally felt like I was ready to actually settle down and date somebody for the rest of my life, I guess. It actually sounds pretty serious, but that's kind of how I was looking at it. I don't like dating and then being heartbroken. And so I was like on Bumble like a mad woman, you know, swipe, 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 yes, no, and I was just on the hunt. I feel good. And I ended up dating actually a lot of guys. So this is one of the guys that I dated who I'm gonna talk about today. I'm gonna get into my lasagna. I brought some Franks because everything's better with hot sauce on it. Much better. So this guy, he lives in Guelph and I live in Hamilton, but I work in Guelph. So I did match with a lot of people in Guelph. And Guelph is about like a 45 minute drive from Hamilton. And I matched with this guy one time when I was at work and just kind of was chatting with him. And my strategy with dating was that anybody was fair game. My intention was like to meet all of them. And yeah, I ended up going on a date with this guy. I met him in Guelph before my night shift in Guelph. And we just went for some drinks at a bar. And yeah, our first date, I don't remember it being like good or bad. I just kind of remember like it being okay. Whatever. This is just a President's Choice lasagna. It is so good. And we got like this club pack. It was $12. Very good deal. This is a very good lasagna. It's like an Alfredo one, so that's too big. But you know, our date was okay. Good enough to get like a second date. Our second date, I remember we went for sushi. And our second date went very well. I was quite happy to get to know him a lot better, and I kind of thought that he seemed very motivated. He's a gym goer like me, knows how to snowboard. He used to do that a lot as a kid. He seems to have like some ambitions and stuff that he wants to do. He likes traveling. Like, yeah, after that second date, I was just kind of feeling more confident in the idea of like dating him a little bit longer term. This best cookie sandwich I've ever had in my life. It's so good. And yeah, we just had like some really good conversations, some flirty time. We were saying stuff like planning things months in advance, you know. So it just felt like quite comfortable with him and all that stuff that you would hope for a date. But again, that night I had to work, so I went for this date and then went to work. So good. One of our next dates, I don't know when, but he actually taught me to snowboard, which is still one of my favorite hobbies. After that, I bought my own snowboard and I still go. I actually taught Kyle, so now we go together. I'm gonna put a video here that he actually took of me snowboarding. We went to this little ski hill called Glen Eden, and we just were on the bunny hill all day. And I remember trying to learn snowboarding when I was in high school and just failed epically. So I didn't expect that I was gonna be able to learn, but he taught me and he was so patient. And yeah, I was just so happy after that day, thrilled that this guy had actually had patience enough to teach me to snowboard. I now go snowboarding all the time. Like, it's one of my favorite hobbies. Yeah, I don't regret dating him at all because the fact that I can snowboard now just still blows me away. A short while after, we were just hanging out at his house, making out, and I noticed that his breath tasted like cigarettes. I asked him, because I was very confused, I was like, do you smoke cigarettes? Like, I didn't know that. And he was like, oh, no, I don't smoke cigarettes. If you're tasting anything, it's because I mix tobacco in with my weed when I smoke it. Oh, I was just like, no offense to you if you smoke cigarettes, but that is a deal breaker for me. I just can't be with somebody who smokes. I just can't do it. And he could tell. This guy was just like, oh, don't worry about it, I'll quit. Like, he was way more obsessed with me than I was with him. Like, he liked me quite a bit. So he was like, you know what? I will change for you, don't worry. Like, don't listen to a guy who says I'll change for you, because he won't. So I was like, okay, whatever. So after that, we ended up actually going to Blue Mountain, which is a ski resort, on my birthday. We ended up going a couple times. We ended up going a couple times, but the second time we went, it was my birthday. It was one of the last times that you could snowboard for the season, because it was just getting too melty. My birthday's March 24th, so it was getting pretty late. And it was like the best day for snowboarding. It was so beautiful. And the weather was kind of slushy. Some spots were a little wet, almost slushy, but not, just I guess kind of sticky, which isn't very good for snowboarding because it kind of makes you, it slows you down and you can just get stuck in some snow. The weather wasn't too cold, so we were literally just wearing our sweaters going down the hill. Like, it was gorgeous out. By that time I had gotten a little more comfortable snowboarding. I was just like flying down the hills. I wasn't really scared of anything, and it was just a blast. And then it was getting pretty late, so we decided maybe a couple more runs just to like snowboard over to where we had parked. and then we're just gonna call it because we still had to drive all the way back to Hamilton. The second last run, okay, this is a blueberry cheesecake. So we were on the second last run. He's a very good snowboarder. So I was kind of like slowing him down, you know? Like I'm a beginner and he was patient enough to like wait with me. He was like doing jumps and just, you know, keeping himself a little more entertained. And I get down the mountain and he has his snowboard off and I'm like a little confused because we were going back up to go for one more run down the hill to the car. I get over to him and he is just in some excruciating pain. And he tells me that he went on a jump and he landed in a pile of slush that he didn't see. So when he landed in the slush, his body had the momentum to keep going, but his board was stuck in this like slushy snow, so it slowed down on him. And he ended up falling and tumbling down the hill. So he was in a lot of pain, didn't think that he'd be able to go back up and snowboard down. So we go to the hospital just to confirm after a quick x-ray. Yeah, it's broken. Your clavicle is broken. And yeah, there's not much you can do with a broken clavicle other than not move it. They just gave him a sling and we had to go home. From that point on, kind of went downhill with this guy. I felt bad because I wanted to go snowboarding, so we went and he broke his collarbone. The poor guy after that couldn't do much. Even like changing clothes like hurt, so he couldn't really shower. I just like would hang out with him, but it was tough after that. He smelled bad. He was wearing the same clothes for like 3 days and I'm like, oh God. After that, it got so boring. I would go to his place and we would just watch college basketball for 5 hours straight. It got so lame. The final straw happened when we decided he was gonna come over to my place after I finished dance one night. My dance doesn't end usually until like 10:30 it used to end. The idea was that he's gonna sleep over and then just head to Toronto in the morning where he worked. Of course, he came over and just like stunk up my entire room with his non-showerness. Just stunk up my room. We were just talking, kind of like whimsically daydreaming about stuff in the future, blah, blah, blah. Eventually started making out and it fucking happened again. This guy tasted like fucking cigarettes again. I was just like on my final straw. You have got to be fucking kidding me. I did not tell you that you needed to quit. I didn't say anything. He told me that he was gonna change and that he wanted to quit smoking because he wanted to keep me in his life and blah, 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 blah. And there I taste the fucking cigarettes in his the fucking cigarettes on his breath again. I was so pissed. Okay, this looks so good. Like coffee break here. This looks so good. It's a raspberry mousse and it's got like a cake layer and then a mousse and then it's filled with this raspberry jam. Then it's got like a white chocolate layer. Okay, let's try. Oh boy. Definitely doesn't taste as good as it looks. This raspberry, or this lemon one was still better. So anyway, I taste these cigarettes on his breath. And at this point I was like, you know what, I'm fucking done. I'm sick of not doing anything. I'm sick of this guy smelling. Oh, okay, there's actually a few more problems now that I'm remembering. He also never like cared to ask me about my life. He was one of those people that just like talks about shit about themselves all the time. So I was kind of getting fed up about that and just like hearing random stories that I just didn't care about. But I was like at my final straw. So at that point, it was like 3 in the morning. This poor guy probably had to get up at like 5 or 6 to get to work to beat the Toronto traffic, which is insane. In my head, like, what do I do? Like, do I kick this poor boy out? Make him drive all the way back to Guelph? Only to wake up to drive to Toronto? I'm not letting this smelly boy sleep in my bed any longer. So I told him, I was like, you need to get out right now. Like, that is honestly gross. Like, take your shit and leave. Like, that is so gross. Do you want to try this, babe? I saved some of it.
Not that.
This one?
Hi!
It's actually really good. Okay. It's lemon, but...
Oh, it's cheesecake!
Oh yeah, it's cheesecake. Forgot.
That's very good.
Yeah! Do you want some of the cookie too?
I do. That's really good.
Right? That's actually my favorite one of the night.
Ooh, that looks really good. Mm-hmm.
You like
Not
it?
bad. Yeah, it's good.
Do you want the rest of it?
If you're not eating it, I'll eat it.
No, I'm not eating it. So that is how it officially, finally ended. I kicked him out of my house, made him drive all the way back to Guelph, and said, bye. Was it mean? Yeah, probably. That was the end of him. Moving on. If you guys liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you want more boy stories. If you want, also, I'm gonna mention it here. I'll also mention it in my next cheat day video since a lot more people tend to view those. Due to a special request from one of my viewers, I am going to do a mukbang on my breast augmentation. So if you guys have anything that you want to know about my breast augmentation, my boob job that I got done in 2018, so 2 years ago now, comment down below any questions you guys have for that. So, anywho, that is all for today's mukbang. I'm happy with those desserts. Kyle stole the mousse and he said it was better the more you ate it. I think that's bullshit, but stay safe guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.